In this video, we're giving your center console a little bit of love. We're going to make a cute little DIY project for it. I named it the center console organizer, pillow, or pad, but it's just a cute little pillow that you could put on your center console just to give your elbows some comfort. And the two little side pouches come in handy too. I'm Mia, and this is So Girly Bags. Welcome if you're new here. If you're not new, welcome back. Let's get started by cutting out all the pieces. First, I'm just going to cut out the piece for the pillow and the two little pouches on each side. And then a little further in the video, we're going to cut out the lining for the two pouches. I started by working with the main pad or pillow panel first, and I just made 2 marks so that way I can leave an opening so I can turn it inside out. And then I folded the panel in half, and then I just rounded the corners on both ends. And instead of using cotton fabric, I decided to go with this pretty floral canvas material. I got it from Hobby Lobby, but canvas is a lot thicker than cotton material, and it's a lot more durable. So since I'm using it in the car, I thought this would be the best option for this type of project. I sewed all the way around without sewing the opening, and then I'm just gonna turn the panel inside out through the opening. You guys, I don't have my little iron anymore, so I will get another one. I think I had found that one at Hobby Lobby, but just so you know, when you do see an iron in the video, I'm basically just telling you to press, but I'm not pressing on top of the cutting mat. I do take it over to the ironing board and press on the ironing board. And now after sewing the main pillow portion, I'm going to go ahead and cut some strips out of fabric to trim all the way around. You really don't need to do this part, but just to add a little decoration around the pillow. Since it's so colorful, the fabric is so pretty and colorful, I thought this black and white striped fabric would just add a little accent around the pillow. Here I'm just rounding the corners of both of the flaps for the pouches, and I'm also going to round the corners for the bottom of the main pouch pieces. And then I just grabbed some black cotton fabric so I can make a lining for both of the pouches. I used the little pouches to use as the pattern, so that way I can just cut out and trim around them to cut out the lining pieces. After that, I just sewed around the sides and the bottom of the main pouch pieces and also the lining. And once that was done, I just turned the main pouch pieces inside out, and then I just took the lining. I didn't turn the lining inside out, and I just inserted it inside of the main pouch bags. And then I just lined up the seams and stuck some pins in them. I also turned the flaps inside out as well. I made 2 little marks with some chalk so that way I can mark where I want to leave an opening on the little pouches. So once I sew all the way around, I'm going to just not sew across the opening so I can turn the little pouches inside out. And then I gave the pouch pieces a nice little pressing just to make sure everything was nice and flat. And then I grabbed the flaps and I just pinned them to the back side of one of the pouches with the raw edges of the flap matching up to the rim of the pouch. And then I just sewed around the rim of both bags. And now both of the little pouches are complete. So I'm gonna now work on adding the trim to the main pillow piece. And where the opening is on the pillow, I didn't add any trim or sew any trim around that part, because what I'm going to do is stuff the little pillow, and then once I finish stuffing it with some polyfil, then I'm going to continue on with the trim to close up the little opening. I grabbed the only elastic that I had, but you can use thinner elastic if this is too wide. Thinner may work even better, so that way you can close your center console, but I don't have any issues closing my center console with this piece of elastic. So what I did was I just cut 2 pieces and made sure it was just long enough to go around my center console. You can measure your center console just to see around it how long you would want your elastic pieces to be. After attaching them underneath the trim, I'm just going to go ahead and sew around the little pillow, but I'm not going to sew across the opening because once again I have to stuff the little pillow with some stuffing. But I'm going to go ahead now and cut out 4 strips of elastic, which are going to go on the back sides of the little pouches. I folded the edges of the elastic back and just pinned it right to the very top edge of the pouches. And after pinning them, I'm going to sew across all the little elastic pieces just to secure it onto the pouches. And then I folded the other end of the elastic back a little bit, just so that way the raw edges are not exposed. And after stuffing the little pillow, then I'm going to attach both of the little pouches to the center of the pillow. I grabbed some polyfil. I usually have some on hand from prior projects. So I just use this to stuff the little pillow. Depending on how comfortable you want your little pillow, you can stuff it with more stuffing. I used about 3 handfuls of stuffing just to give it a nice little padding. And now that I'm done with the stuffing, I'm just going to go ahead and take the trim and just continue to fold it over the opening of the little pillow and sew across it to close it up. almost done, you guys. We just have to take the little ends of the elastic on the little pouches and just attach it to the center of the pillows. And then I'm going to sew across all the little elastic pieces just to secure it in place. Some little plastic snaps that I'm going to use as the closure for the little pouches. I got my little hand snap press pliers from Amazon. I did make a video, I'll add it into the description below, of the difference between using the snap press pliers and using like a hand press. Depending on the project that I'm working on, I do use different things to add snaps to the different projects or bags that I make. So if you're not very familiar with either one of these tools, you might want to check out that video. And after adding the snaps to the pouches, we are done, you guys. I can't wait to go throw it in the car and rest my elbow on it because my center console is very hard. It's pretty comfortable, but this little pillow is going to add a lot more comfort and cover and protect and even decorate my center console. So if you would like another DIY project for your car, watch the next video that's on screen and I'll see you in that video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.